From coast to coast by night and day, hear the clicking of the wheels, the humming of the diesel on her ribbons of steel, carrying the memories of a nation built by hand. See the Indian Pacific span the land. She's the pride of all the railway men cross country where she flies, from the blue Pacific waters to where the mountains rise, by lakes and wide brown rivers, through desert country dry. See the Indian Pacific passing by. Oh, the Indian Pacific, she goes a-rolling down the track, 5,000 miles to travel before she's there and back. Beside the line a drover waits his battered old grey hat, and kids are catching yabbies down by the river flat, and a woman hangs her washing in a backyard near the line, as the Indian Pacific's rolling by. Hear the whistle blowing lonely neath the Nullarbor starlight, saluting those who walk across the track she rides tonight, calling to the railway camp and the fettlers on the line. I'm the Indian Pacific, right on time. From the silver of the broken hill to old Kalgoorlie gold, she mirrors all the colours of the land so hard and old. Then the western flowers are blooming and the air is just like wine, and the Indian Pacific's making time. Oh, the Indian Pacific, she goes a-rolling down the track, 5,000 miles to travel before she's there and back. From the waters of the western sea to the eastern ocean sand, the Indian Pacific spans the land. Oh, the Indian Pacific spans the land.
I had written him a letter which I had, for want of better knowledge, sent to where I met him down the Lachlan years ago. He was shearing when I knew him, so I sent the letter to him, just on spec, addressed as follows: Clancy of the Overflow. And an answer came directed in a writing unexpected, and I think the same was written with a thumbnail dipped in tar. 'Twas his shearing maid who wrote it, and verbatim I will quote it: Clancy's gone to Queensland roving, and we don't know where he are. In my wild erratic fancy, visions come to me of Clancy, gone a-droving down the Cooper where the western drovers go. As the stock are slowly stringing, Clancy rides behind them singing, for the drover's life has pleasures that the townsfolk never know. And the bush has friends to meet him, and their kindly voices greet him in the murmur of the breezes and the river on its bars. as he sees the vision splendid of the sunlit plains extended, and at night the wondrous glory of the everlasting stars. I am sitting in my dingy little office, where a stingy ray of sunlight struggles feebly down between the houses tall, and the foetid air and gritty of the dusty, dirty city, through the open window floating, spreads its foulness over all. And in place of knowing capital, I can hear the fiendish rattle of the tramways and the buses making hurry down the street, and the language uninviting of the gutter children fighting comes fitfully and faintly through the ceaseless tramp of feet. And the hurrying people daunt me, and the pallid faces haunt me as they shoulder one another in their rush and nervous haste, with their eager eyes and greedy, and their stunted forms and weedy. But townsfolk have no time to grow, they have no time to wish, and I somehow rather fancy that I'd like to change with Clancy, like to take a turn at roving where the seasons come and go, while he faced the round eternal of the cash book and the journal. But I doubt he'd suit the office Clancy of the overflow. But I doubt he'd suit the office Clancy of the overflow.
Oh, it's a lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night, while hear the wild dingoes call. But there's a nothing so lonesome, morbid or drear, than to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer. Now the publican's anxious for the quota to come, and there's a faraway look on the face of the bum. The maid's gone all cranky, and the cook's acting queer. Oh, what a terrible place is a pub with no beer. Then the stockman rides up with his dry, dusty throat. He breasts up to the bar and pulls a wad from his coat. But the smile on his face quickly turns to a sneer as the barman says sadly, the pub's got no beer. Then the swaggy comes in, smothered in dust and flies. He throws down his roll and rubs the sweat from his eyes. But when he is told, he says, "What's this I hear? I've trudged 50 layman miles to a pub with no beer." Now there's a dog on the veranda, for his master he waits, but the boss is inside, drinking wine with his mates. He hurries for cover and he cringes in fear. It's no place for a dog round a pub with no beer. And old Billy the blacksmith, the first time in his life, why, he's gone home cold sober to his darling wife. He walks in the kitchen, she says, "You're early, Bill dear." But then he breaks down and tells her the pub's got no beer. Oh, it's hard to believe that there's customers still, but the money's still tinkling in the old ancient till. The Wyandottes are happy, and I know they're sincere when they say they don't care if the pub's got no beer. So it's a lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night, while hear the wild dingoes call. But there's a nothing so lonesome, morbid or drear, than to stand in the bar of that pub with no beer.
It was answered 6:03. He sits down next to me. We were flying out across the Great Divide, bound for WA. He shook my hand and said, "G'day." There I was, Slim Dusty by my side. I was flying with the king, riding on the wind, a small town boy from nowhere, my head up in the clouds. All the times I heard him play, and here I was today. I was flying with the king. Trumby riding slow, 30,000 feet below. Way down there round a fire of Gitchy coal. The desert stretching on, home to countless dusty songs. He was the man who walked a country mile. I was flying with the king, riding on the wind, a small town boy from nowhere, my head up in the clouds. All the times I heard him play, and here I was today. I was flying with the king. Touched down, he smiled and said, "I'll see you around." There was so much more to say, but he was gone. And now he's gone. I was flying with the king, riding on the wind, a small town boy from nowhere, my head up in the clouds. And all the times I heard him play, and here I was today. I was flying